We are in an exciting and trying era where there is change right across in the world, economic and political order, social fabric, and technology. There are tremendous trends to collaborate not just across geographies, but also across companies and industries. To enable these changes, we need a simple mantra: start fast, fail fast, at the speed of a startup and the scale of an enterprise. Let us imagine how this will play in times to come across the three W's that matter: wellness, workforce, and workplace. The well being of teams and individuals is related to how one creates a growth mindset culture within the organization. To nurture this, there's a physical aspect that needs to be taken care of, and organizations do that. Design more open offices with brighter layouts, provide robust communication means, look at providing services for taking care of the elderly and children who are dependent on the employee. Organizations have warmed up to these ideas, and there's a growing market to take care of this aspect of employees. With growing commute pressures in our bustling cities, organizations need to enrich their transport facilities by pooling cars, setting up fixed routes for buses and cabs. There's a larger role for the governments and civic bodies to ensure that commute is made less time consuming and less tedious. With mass rapid transport systems being built, we hope that this aspect is taken care of in the medium run, where commute times come down to minutes and are not stretched to hours. Beyond this, there's the mental aspect that is growing as well. Organizations are looking at ways and means to encourage engagement amongst employees with the work that they do. That is where the work becoming purposeful in an employee's life is so important. That's the area where business leaders and team leaders have to devise mechanisms to align the team's interests. This can cut across geographies, which is so often the case in the context of GCCs. It is also across domains. 20 years ago, there would have been too far and too few such examples. But now, every industry depends on IT applications to run their business operations and product design. Creating cross functional teams for this purpose needs us to think of how to create departments and project teams very, very differently. To help cross functional teams to be effective, what works is to help them set a common goal. And that helps set up wellness measures for team leaders, project managers, business leaders. Wouldn't it be great if you have teams using a simple, sustainable, measurable mechanism to do this? Wellness at the individual level and the business leader level can improve with such a mechanism called VOTE, which stands for velocity, the speed at which work is done, outcome, the results, tech and administrative debt, all those painful activities that one would need to take care so that they can focus on the actual work required, and that, of course, increases employee engagement. This leads us to the question of how to have a great way of working. And that's where comes the Garage Squad and the interface team. Imagine a cross-functional squad comprising of best persons for the job who are empowered to take decisions to help solve a business problem. Depending on whether the problem statement is new or in flight or being operationalized, the squad can be tweaked accordingly. This team focuses on solutioning the problem at hand through ceremonies such as daily stand-ups, sprint playbacks, monthly showcase, and daily impediment stand-ups. The squad is responsible and is measured through vote for designing based on constraints that are part of the business problem. They showcase the ROI, they showcase the value that's realized, and also provide cross-functional outputs. The squad team is like a fish in a water-filled fishbowl. Star performers who are visible to the organization how they progress with the solution to the problem. To support this team, like the fishbowl keeps the water and the fish inside, there's an interface team that helps the squad stay on track by ensuring that it has all the resource and all the support that it needs. These include bringing in broad-based talent needed as subject matter experts, bringing focus of the business initiative for which the squad is addressing through a solution, ensuring funding and capacity, and determining the constraints that need to be considered by the squad to solve the problem while removing the impediments. This interface team interacts with stakeholders in the larger enterprise on showcasing through vote the innovation this business initiative is being brought about through the squad. the value that the squad is delivering, how this ties up with the overall enterprise level portfolio. With this focus, the team's capability improves and the engagement of people working in the team goes up significantly. It helps to up the wellness quotient. Imagine having similar teams to help solve such problems for a company that helps the company to enable itself at the speed of startup, at the scale of an enterprise. Come to workplace. The workplace of the future will continue to be hybrid. Technology improvements will get us 3D telepresence to interact with one another as if we are interacting in person. This may help people get around to the problem of commuting to office or traveling frequently across borders. But when it comes to teaming, the team would still need to be done in person, since there's nothing better than getting people together in a room and share a coffee and share the travels of a day. In conclusion, we foresee that the workforce will become more focused by business problems. The core squad would be focusing on solving the problem at hand, and the surround interface team would be helping them remove impediments as they progress through the solution progress to find the solution to the problem. Enterprises would be focusing to increase the engagement of the workforce team through such a model and would look at providing wellness beyond the physical aspect. Workplaces would continue to be hybrid with the advent of more robust and interactive communication means. Thank you for listening to me.